Good morning, I'm Bev Zimmerman at your service. My guests are Mike and William Henry, and if Mike Henry looks familiar, that's because he was the longtime district attorney in Natchitoches Parish, but now he and his son, William, are novelists. And Mike, how did this come about?
Well, I started writing at the end of my first term as DA, and I've always had a right brain interest in movies and novels, and I've been a reader all my life. And so I just started writing, and I would get up early in the morning, sometimes 2, 3 in the morning, and write for 3 or 4 hours before I went to the courthouse to prosecute. And being a prosecutor in a small town, I had a lot of interesting murder trials, and it just fed my right brain, and I created these characters and these scenarios, a lot of which is based on my actual experiences, not the actual cases, but the milieu.
Exactly, and these are compared favorably, I should say, to John Grisham. You really have created a family here.
Right, and the family carries through. The main character is Willie Mitchell Banks in the first novel. He's a mid-50s DA in a small town in the South, and he's kind of down on his luck. He's not happy with where his life is. He and his wife are going through some problems, and he gets drawn into this prosecution, also into this relationship that he really shouldn't be drawn into, and then bad things happen.
All right.
So, and then that character, his son, makes a cameo in 3 Bad Years, the first novel. And then in the second novel, the son Jake finishes law school. He's an assistant U.S. attorney, and he gets involved in the story. And then the third book, the ride-along, is set in New Orleans. Jake carries that story. He's the protagonist, and he meets up with this really bad antagonist, a Cuban guy who's a Santeria sorcerer,
right,
and runs and smuggles guns. And then finally, we learn in the fourth book, D.O.G.s, about this character David Dunne, who's appeared in all the books,
yeah,
and who is part of an organization that was set up right after 9/11, Domestic Operations Group, D.O.G.s. And it was set up to take care of everybody in the domestic U.S. who had anything to do with 9/11.
William, where can we get the books and how?
Well, they're available in paperback form and ebook.
Okay.
You can go to our website, which is www.henryandhenrybooks.com, and we have a link that you can click on. You can click on the covers of the books, and you can get them at Barnes & Noble, Amazon, or Smashwords.
And
Okay.
locally.
And locally, you can get them at Terre Home here in
Okay.
Alexandria. We have them in Natchitoches and Natchez, Mississippi.
I'm Bev Zimmerman at your service.